Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today from the Better Business Bureau here in Wisconsin, Tiffany Schultz. You're back. Tiffany, you've got our topic being keep your tax information secure. But it's early January. Do we really want to start talking taxes?
We do, because you're going to be starting to get those forms in the mail that you really don't know what to do with, but you tuck them in an envelope for your tax preparer. So we want you to keep everything safe and be ready to file your taxes when you're ready.
It's like you're trying to get us prepared to be prepared.
That's what I do here.
That's what I do. All right, well, let's cut into this. Only dealing with trustworthy tax preparer services. How do we find these legit companies?
Believe it or not, there are fraudulent tax preparers out there, and you really need to do your homework, especially if you're looking for somebody new. Not every tax preparer is specialized in doing the same thing, nor do you really need somebody who is overqualified for your taxes, but you do need somebody who's not underqualified for your taxes, and you need somebody who's legitimate. So you can head on over to bbb.org and find tax preparers, check ratings, reviews, and complaints, and make sure that you are dealing with somebody that you can trust.
What about if you're looking for the online? Because there's certainly a push to do your taxes, free and easy and online. What do you need to be careful about choosing an online tax preparer? Because now you're not even dealing with somebody. You're just going through, hopefully, a legit company.
You can do the taxes yourself, but you need to be doing them via reputable software. The legitimate website is irs.gov. But there are other filing softwares that are out there. Make sure that the software that you're using is legitimate.
All right. How about not filing your taxes on the old public Wi-Fi? So if you're doing them at the coffee shop, that sounds like a nice Saturday morning, right?
It does, or heading to your local library, but you really want to be on a secure network. Think about all of the personal and financial information that's in your taxes. The last thing that you want to do is get hacked on that public Wi-Fi, and all of your personal information is now in the hands of scammers.
And then protecting that personal data, super important. What are we wanting to make sure that we are protecting as we're going through this process, no matter what you're doing?
There's your address, your birth date, your social security number on all of those forms that you're going to be receiving. You want to put them in a safe place to be able to provide them to a tax preparer that you can trust. If you do receive forms digitally, a lot of us will get our W-2 digitally via email, and maybe some forms that our bank and our credit card companies have sent us. Make sure that you are downloading those to a secure place.
Yeah, you say here, download to a password-protected computer for safe, it seems simple, but you really want to protect that. Once it's out there, it's gone.
And if you're going to print it, don't just print it and leave it on the printer. Print it and put it away in a safe place.
But I thought I grabbed everything. Oh my gosh, that'd be terrible. That would be terrible. I can't even. And just in general, if you are receiving stuff back and you're like, wait, I didn't receive it back, or maybe some red flags start to kind of creep up. What should somebody do if they're like, oh crap, I've found the fraudulent person, or I've unfortunately, it's not legit?
You definitely want to cease communication immediately and report that to authorities.
And then as far as documenting, so if you are working with a service and they you have to sign a contract, you have to, what would people want to make sure they're aware of if they are signing a contract? Because what if they're like, well, I signed a contract and I thought I was going to get money back and it didn't, and blah, blah, I don't know. Throw it out there.
Read that fine print. Some tax preparer services will go ahead and send you your refund right away, but it's really in the form of a loan. What are you signing up for? What are the fees that are involved? Is that fee paid up front? Does it come off of your tax return? You really want to know everything that is in that contract. Don't skimp on it, because that contract is so important, and that fine print is going to share a lot of details with you.
You think people would be surprised? So not every tax, as you mentioned off the top, not every preparer is alike. So go out and get bids, because you might find one, they all might do the same service, but one might cost substantially more to prep this and do the work than others, right?
They're definitely going to be all across the board. Is the cheaper one because they're newer in business, or because they have higher volume? Can somebody who's more expensive prepare them faster for you? There's a lot of different reasons, and those are good questions to ask. Why is your price significantly different from the competition. It's always good to go out there and get 3 bids, just like you would a contractor, compare them apples to apples, because if they're significantly far apart, there's probably a reason.
Yeah, it's a wild, wild west out there of different stuff. And I think if you're prepared when you go out and start figuring out what you want to do, I used to use this in a different one, setting some goals, but, kind of just setting, like, what are your priorities and hoping to achieve. Because they are all not alike, I can tell you. I can tell you from personal experience.
And some tax preparers will dig really deep to find all of the deductions for you, where some of them may just do some basic work and leave some money on the table too. So you definitely want to check references as well. That's so important. You can ask family and friends for recommendations, but when you are talking to the tax preparer for those references, call those references. Don't just get a list and not do anything with them. Ask those hard questions.
I was going to say too, when you're going through the process, ask lots of questions too. And if you're not sure what to ask, ask them to ask, like, what are some common questions that maybe I should be looking at, or pointing out some areas. I mean, it should be a team effort too.
And if the tax preparer is vague with their answers, or maybe they get defensive, it's probably not the right person to work with.
That sounds like a red flag to me. All right, well, if you want to learn more about this or anything going on in the news timely for scams or just helpful, I mean, this is great information. It's never too soon to get going. I start off at the top with, what are we doing, to never too early to start. How can we find more?
BBB.org.
I don't know why you put up with me each and every month, but here you are.
It's fun to come on over here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Thank you so much.